We're going to jump into what SolarWinds Service Desk can bring additional to just bringing in those alerts as incidents. So talk to us a little bit about what else we can get out of our Service Desk solution.
And the big thing is, I pull up my screen here. As I jump into the demo here, that's really what gets me excited, and in kind of showing off what we can do within Service Desk is really take those alerts that are coming from observability to the next level. So step one, which you'll hear in the later sessions, is the alert's just creating a ticket, creating an incident, generating a ticket that we need to take action on. And where Service Desk comes into play and can take us those steps further is now that we know XYZ is happening, or in this case, in the example, we know server 31 is reporting offline. Well, for us, that's a critical issue because server 31 is hosting XYZ applications. It's a critical server, to what we're doing every day. So if it's reporting offline, what actions, what steps, who do we need to involve in order to get this service restored and get people back to being able to do their job? So as we click in here, first things first, this alert, and this is what's coming from the observability side. So we know the information right away. Hey, this is going on. Within Service Desk, the ticket gets created. I know we'll talk about this on later sessions, but we can automate straight away that this automatically gets assigned as a critical priority because we know, like I said, server 31 is a big deal. So if something goes wrong, it's automatically critical. It gets assigned straight up to Charles, who's our admin, or our point person for these type of events. But where we can take it a step further, even beyond just our comments, our notes, hey team, XYZ is going on, let's call in the dogs. We're going to jump into this process piece. And you'll notice here, there isn't a run book yet, but for me as a technician, when I know we've got a critical alert, we're going to make it easy within Service Desk to take all the necessary actions, have an audit trail behind those actions that get taken, and we've already got that built. So rather than me having to think about, oh geez, server went down, what do I need to do? What steps do I need to take? I simply add the run book. I can start the process right away. So again, skip a step of me having to click some extra buttons. And I'm going to add that run book here. And right away, that's going to create, and you can already see it's moved through a few steps already. It's updated the status. It's sent out notifications to the team. So without me having to send emails or notify people along the way, the system's doing that automatically because we know every time we get a critical alert like this from this server, we need to notify Will. We need to move this ticket into the appropriate hands. So we've sent the notifications. We've updated the record. First things first for me, I need to verify the physical connections and the power status to this server. So I can run down to the server room or call out to a team member to say, check on things, but I'm going to take that step and verify, yes, things are online, or no, it's not offline. It doesn't have power at all. And that's step one. Step two, I need to review the error report. So that same alert that triggered the ticket and the incident here that let me kick off these standard operating procedures or add this run book, HCO is going to provide me that error report. I'm able to go in, see the details, figure out exactly what caused this error, and check that box to say, yep, done that too. So now again, we've got the audit trail behind David verifying the power source, verifying that he's reviewed, and now we actually send an approval out to Will, who needs to make sure that we can return power to this server. So this is going to generate an email off to Will. Will's going to get it right away in the top of his inbox. He's going to be able to click approve or decline right from there, which would then take me to the next step in the workflow. For sake of example, and because I don't have access to Will's email here, I'm just going to change this to me. But again, predefined, we know who it needs to go to. So the appropriate approvals go out. That user or that team, I know we've sent these to individuals, but they can also be sent to groups of people so that multiple people get notified, or in an approval scenario, if David can't get to it right away, or if Charles can't get to it right away, or Will can't get to it right away, we can send it to a group of all of them. So the first person who can take action can approve, and then it moves us again to that next step. So once we've restored power, I'm going to check that box, and it's going to take me to the next step. Make sure you review the physical error codes on the front panel. So I'm going to review those codes. And then again, next step, verify the cables and the connections. verify the modem, routers, switches, make sure everything's online. And I know I'm clicking this through my desktop here, but one of the beauties of Service Desk is this is all available on your phone too. So if I'm down in that server room, panicking, scrambling, looking for XYZ, I don't even need to bring my laptop, pull out my cell phone. I'm going to see these same workflow steps right in the palm of my hand, and I'm just going to check the boxes as I go along. And you can see in our case, there are a lot of steps that we need to take. But that's, again, in order to make sure that that service is, one, restored, but two, restored correctly. And then also giving us the audit trail to say, hey, David did this, Charles did this, when, date stamp, time stamp, so we know exactly who took what actions, and at what time.
And as you're going through this, I can see that these are assigned to like specific people. And in a lot of cases, they're assigned to the same person. Those assignments are made when you create the runbook originally, or are those like assignments done on an automated basis?
So both. They are defined in this example here that I've actually built out. I've defined that the task or the steps go to the ticket assignee, which in this case is Charles. But you can see even here, if I want to reassign it to another group or another team, I can change it on the fly. Or when I actually build the set of operating procedures or the run book here, I can define which team or which group needs to complete which step. So especially in those situations where it's not Charles or it's not David who can take all the necessary actions, we can define the run book to send it to the appropriate teams or the appropriate people that need to take those actions and have that cross collaboration between those different groups and individuals to, again, making sure that we can get everything done quickly and get this service restored as fast as possible. So again, we're going through, and the final step is we're going to test everything. And then once things are good to go, the ticket's going to close out. We've hit all the steps we need to take. We followed the correct operating procedures. And through this all, that audit trail I've been talking about, it's going to show us every step, everything that's been approved, all those steps that have been taken. And the audit trail is going to show exactly who, what, when for all of these, including all the emails that go out, all the tasks that have been created. So it really does make it easy for an organization. And I know in this example, there was a lot of steps we had to take, to make sure that we restored this server. You can build these run books to be as simple as escalate to the tier 3 team and wipe your hands clean. Or again, in this case, as complex as, hey, here's the 20 different things we have to do to make sure that we meet all the requirements to get this server back online.